met a little girl with a messy little face.
Welcome to the Cancer New Moon on July 15th. This is a very intense new moon. The sun and the moon are coupled in Cancer at 23 degrees 14 minutes. Uranus, the awakener, the planet of unpredictability, liberation, truth, freedom, is challenging both lights, the sun and the moon. This is an uncomfortable energy. Cancer rules the area of your life that has to do with nurturing yourself, your feelings, your emotions, your foundation, your family, your home, your inner home, your outer home, your soul power, your personal power. The stronger you are on the inside, the more you can achieve in the world. Capricorn. Cancer is the warrior of love. Cancer's love, peace and harmony, safety and security. That's not what this new moon is serving up. This new moon is challenging the status quo. It is challenging all of us to come from our truth, to be honest with ourselves in what we're doing, where we're going, and how we're going about it in meeting our life purpose, and as well as intimate relationships and personal relationships. Now, this moon is affecting all of us individually and collectively, and the institutions and the governments. If you want to know what the Cancer New Moon means for you personally, you can go to my July forecast where I go into detail on each of the sun sign, moon sign, ascendant sign. And if you want to see the chart, go to my blog where you can read it there and you can see the Cancer New Moon. Collectively, this energy is challenging institutions and governments. The Pluto-Uranus energy is still on and will be on through 2019. That's because as these faster moving planets move on, they pull back in Pluto and Uranus, who are separated by over 6 degrees now. However, Uranus is squaring the sun and the moon, and Pluto is opposing Mars and Mercury in Capricorn at the time of the new moon. Mercury will square Uranus on the 18th, and Mars will square Uranus on the 25th. So as the faster moving planets go through the cardinal signs, Cancer and then Libra and then Capricorn and then Aries, they continuously reactivate Pluto and Uranus. Pluto and Uranus are challenging all of us to come up higher, hold more light, stand in our truth, move from breakdown to breakthrough. We're seeing this in the collective, in the institutions, and in the economies as well. Greece is protesting against the bankers, and rightfully so. This is an energy that's calling all of us to stand for our truth, to protest peacefully for what is right. Freedom is not just given. Freedom must be fought for, and we can do this peacefully. We can do it through love. We can do it through our contribution in energy, in light, and we want to support those who are on the front lines fighting for their freedom, fighting for their sovereign rights to have a prosperous economy that creates jobs, that gives every man, woman, and child on this planet the sovereign right to a living, to prosperity, to health, well-being, vitality. The Cancer New Moon is awakening this in all of us, where it's important to stand for what you believe in and speak your truth and walk your truth and talk your truth and live your truth. The light is oncoming. Earth is ascending. You are ascending. Everyone alive is ascending. Now, some are moving faster than others, some are inching along, and some refuse to love the light and are spiraling down. And that's the good news, is that the light is oncoming from the great central sun, and it's lifting us all up. And as it lifts us up, it's raising the vibration. And those that are bent on war and death and destruction, they're not going to be able to stay in the body. They're not going to be able to stay on planet Earth, because only those that come from love and light will be able to thrive here. You cannot thrive in this energy if you are of a dark mind, of a dark behavior. And that's why we're seeing what we're seeing in the world right now, because this is the last, this is the last of the outplay of the dark ones, who are so few in comparison to the billions of light workers, light bearers, light warriors, light walkers. And so, yes, they've had a lot of power, and they want to play things out as much as they can. However, they're not going to be able to continue much longer, because as Earth is ascending and the light is oncoming, that vibration does not mix with the light. And so what's happening, what we're seeing in the world right now, is the light is raising the light workers up, and the light workers are feeling more empowered. Yes, there are times where the attack is great on the light workers. Don't get me wrong. If you're a light worker, you know exactly what I'm saying. And until these gangsters are taken completely out, we will have to continue to be vigilant. Be Minutemen and Minutewomen. Be on guard, because the dark forces can come through your thoughts. They can come through the people around you to attack you. So you must be aware of your energy and your vibration, so that you are keeping your boundaries and keeping your life safe, keeping you safe. The light is so powerful that it's stirring the darkness in those, so those that behave badly, you're going to continue to see them behaving badly, or even behaving worse, because that's what the light is doing with them. When the light goes in, they don't love the light, and so the light brings out even more bad behavior. And let's face it, they have issues with God, they have issues with Creator, and they take it out on you and I. And so this is almost done. This game of the light and the dark, and the 1% owning and controlling everything, is shifting. And the Pluto-Uranus energy is empowering the individual to rise up. Now, Pluto in Capricorn does support the elite. However, Uranus is gaining ground. And Uranus is in the sign of Aries, which is the power of the individual. Uranus wants to liberate you. Now, there's times when Uranus liberates us and it's not gentle, and it's very uncomfortable, or it's abrupt and it's sudden. Suddenly you walk out of a job, or suddenly a situation ends and you find yourself in a completely new place. I guarantee you, if you're experiencing that, Uranus had a hand in it. Uranus will be in the sign of the individual for the next 50 years. He's in Aries, he moves to Taurus, the individual, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. They represent the individual. Mars is the ruling planet of Aries. Mars is carrying out the will of Uranus. Mars is in Cancer. That represents the peaceful warrior. That represents Cancer, the warrior of love, the cosmic child. And love is the answer, no matter the question. And when you stand for truth, you stand for love. When you stand for the sovereign rights of an individual, of a country, of a community, of a nation, you stand for love. And that's what Greece is doing right now. They're coming out and they're protesting, and they're saying, we deserve an economy. We deserve fair banking. And you do. And I'm so proud of you for standing up for yourselves. And we want to see that everywhere. That's how we change things. That's how we move things. Now, I would love to see the economies gracefully change into economic justice and do it without disruption and do it without hurting the masses. That is what I pray for every day. I pray for the economies of America and the world. And I would love to see our economies move in such a way where we move to our own individual sovereign currency backed by precious metals. And we can do this by passing laws. We can do this by removing the elite that have been holding us in this debt slavery. And we can do this in a legal way. It doesn't have to be abrupt. Government is good when it serves the people. Government is essential. We want infrastructure. We want a police department, a fire department, education, healthcare. These are good things. We want the money to go into the communities. And we want to take care of our people. And we could easily do this if the money wasn't all flowing to the top and our tax dollars actually went into our communities and not to the elites. And that's what needs to change. And that is why the light is oncoming and Earth is ascending and you are ascending and the dark ones don't like it. And the greatest thing you can do is stand for love. The greatest thing you can do is speak your truth. The greatest thing you can do is hold more light, stay fearless, and walk your talk and spread that light wherever you go. Because what that does is it goes out and it lifts everyone up. And it empowers everyone to stand in their truth and stand for what's right. And that's what this is about. Yes, it's an uncomfortable moon because it's a wake-up moon. The universe is saying, hey, you want freedom? Stand for it. You want a better life? Make it happen. Take action. You have the authority and you have the power to make the changes you need to make in your life. And no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what's going on in the astrology, you can still be prosperous. You can still thrive. You can still be abundant. That's the law of attraction. And that's what this is about. This energy is about clearing away what no longer serves you, standing in your truth, do what empowers you. Cancer rules the foundation of your chart. It rules the area of your life that has to do with how you empower yourself, how you nurture yourself, how you support yourself. It is the opposite of Capricorn, and Capricorn rules your destiny in the world. Capricorn rules your achievement in the world, your path to self-actualization. You are here to reach your fullest potential. You are here to self-actualize. And you can do this in this energy. You can do this year, next year, and the year after. You want to get honest with yourself, and you want to get honest with where you are and what you're doing and take the power back from the externals. You are the authority of your life. Get in the driver's seat and move forward. That's what this energy is saying. Now, there is a healing energy in here with this Cancer new moon. Saturn is in Scorpio. Scorpio trines Cancer. Chiron is in Pisces, and Chiron and Saturn are forming a grand water trine with the Cancer new moon. So whatever's coming up for you, whatever pain is coming up for you, wound is coming up with you, discomfort, uncomfortability, anxiety, fear, depression, you can heal it. There is an energy here that says, Creator wants to heal your pain. Creator wants you to feel loved. You are loved. Remember, we are all one. You are never alone. The word alone means all one. And we're moving together. We're going to ascend together. And this energy can heal you. And it can empower you to step into who you really are, your authority. Now, as Mars moves on, he is right now at the new moon, he is opposing Pluto, and then he's going to square Uranus. This is a game-changing energy. The Pluto-Mars was the same energy the elites used to walk into Baghdad and, weapons of mass destruction. Remember that? Remember that illusion, right? You see the game they play? They create these wars. They're on both sides. They're arming both sides. And then the light workers go in and get slaughtered. And that's how they feed, basically. And so with this energy, they're going to stir the pot. They're going to try to keep stirring it in Ukraine, stirring it in Africa, stirring it in the Middle East, because that's how they feed. But imagine if we held a war and nobody showed up. You see? And the only ones there would be the Israeli mercenaries that are actually ISIS. And so this is a very interesting time. And it's a time for the truth to come out. It's a time for the truth to be known. It's a time for the truth to liberate the people, to take the power back so that we have freedom and healthy economies. So with this Mars-Pluto energy, it's going to, for those that want to instigate wars, they're going to do it. They're going to continue to keep it going, and it's going to go through the summer and into the fall, because that's the game they play. And, we know better, and those that know better don't have to be involved in it, don't have to feed it. Send your love and light to the people of these countries. Send your love and light to Ukraine. Send your love and light to Africa. Send your love and light into the Middle East, to South America, to wherever the light workers are suffering the greatest because they're on the front lines and their countries are being used for these war games. So this is a very intense energy. And the power elite use astrology. It's so funny how the power elite go out and they say, oh, astrology's silly. Oh, it's, the work of the devil, and they're using it. They use it. You watch when things happen. It always happens on these key dates when Pluto and Uranus are exactly squaring. When they blew up the nuclear power plant in Japan was when Uranus went into Aries. When they when Pluto and Mars are doing things, watch what they do. They know the astrology. They're all astrologers. They use the astrology. They keep the masses stupid to astrology, because if everyone knew their astrology, you'd be so empowered you'd never play their games again. They'd have no control over you. The Vatican uses it. Of course they use it. They use us on Wall Street. They call us business consultants. Yes, the power elite have always used us. It's not millionaires that use astrologers. It's billionaires that use astrologers. Because when you know the astrology and you know the timing, you are unstoppable. You're using the energy to create what you want. You're riding the wave. And so they continue to publish to the masses, oh, how silly astrology is, when they are using it in their back rooms and planning their war games and planning their economic destruction, whatever they're up to. And so we have the power. We have the light. They have no light except the light they steal from the light workers. And so this is our time to stand in our power. This is our time to be fearless and to let them know their day is done, their number is up, and they only have a matter of minutes before they're off this planet completely. The light is oncoming, and if you don't have a high enough vibration, you will not be able to stay in the body. That's why we don't have to behave as they do. We don't have to be violent or aggressive. We stand in love, and we conquer through love. That's what the Cancer New Moon message is. Be a warrior for love. Be a warrior for peace. Don't be anti-anything. Stand for love. Stand for truth. Stand for peace. Stand for freedom. And whatever you stand for will go out into the world, and that energy uplifts everyone else. It's the law of attraction. So, yes, this is an intense time. Yes, it's a game-changing month. Yes, when Mars opposes Pluto at the new moon and Mercury's involved, you want to be aware of what you're saying, okay? Because our words can either hurt or heal. We want to use non-violent language. We want to use our power of spoken word to uplift, inspire, strengthen, and cut the light workers free. And we want to use this energy to empower everyone, empower the light workers. Now, the sun will enter Leo on the 22nd, and then Mercury follows the sun into Leo, and that will help to shift the energy from this intensity that, you know, the Pluto-Uranus is activating here. And Venus will retrograde July 25th through September 6th. I'll talk more about that when I get to the Aquarius full moon, which is going to seem like a party. And Uranus will retrograde July 26th through December 25th. And Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius, so I'll talk more about that then. Right now, you know, what you want to do is you want to stay balanced and centered. You want to practice mindful consciousness where you are aware of where you're going, what you're doing, because those that are not awake, this energy can have them acting defensively, driving defensively, acting out in defensive ways, bullying. Mars, Pluto is the bully. And you know, so people can be very reactive with this energy because Cancer rules feelings and emotions. And so people could feel insulted or, you know, just reactive by the energy. And so we want to be proactive. We don't want to be reactive. You want to step back and not react. And that takes mastery to not get caught up in, you know, what someone is saying, if someone's rude or trying to start an argument or trying to start a fight. That's this energy. You want to walk away, right? You know, it takes two to fight. And where does it get you? It just drains your energy. Now, I'm not saying not to stand up for yourself. Set boundaries. Set boundaries. Raise your standards. Surround yourself with light workers who are warriors of love and use their words to empower and strengthen others. There's no such thing as constructive criticism. That's an oxymoron. That is moronic. You're never being constructive when you're criticizing anyone or anything, and it's not professional. So, you want to be constructive in what you say. You want to focus on people's strengths, not on their weaknesses. People don't become strong by you poking at their vulnerabilities or poking at yourself. And Miguel Ruiz's 4 agreements are fantastic. Never speak against yourself. Never speak against others. Always use your words to empower and strengthen or heal, or don't say anything, right? And so this is, you know, an intense energy, and the fire is going to continue because when the sun goes into Leo and then Mercury goes into Leo, Leo is the lion. And so that's firepower. And so the fuel can keep going, especially because Mercury and Mars are going to then square Uranus, who's still aspecting Pluto, even though it's a 6-degree orb, it's still an aspect. So people can be, you know, I'm right. No, I'm right. You know, I'm the biggest, you know, loudest, whatever. And so therefore, you know, it's always the winners that write history. And that's why history, what has been given to us, is all lies. And so here is an opportunity to walk in your light, walk in your truth, be the light, be a warrior for love, and you will be raised up in vibration. You will continue to prosper and expand and grow and be that diamond shining light that Creator intended you to be. You are powerful. You are a creator. And you are creating your reality. No matter what's going on in the astrology, you can be prosperous. You can thrive. You can move ahead. That's the law of attraction. You're here to thrive. You're here to be successful. Be the warrior of love.